everybody, today is the 19th of June and as always we're going to tell the pen story. This pen story has changed a lot of people's life and shed light into why something happened to our life and how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So are you ready? Let's get started. What is this? It's a pen. What do we use the pen for? To write. Now there is a dog inside the room. I'm gonna wait facing for the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will sniff, lick, or chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both are correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, but for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog world. The human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson. Both are correct. Now, let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm going to put this thing on the table and then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or a chewing toy. It becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom called this one as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life. Just like Yishin Michael Roche applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build a business with revenue of $250 million a year. He's also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the pen story, okay? So this thing is currently on the table, and when there's no human, no dog, it is almost nothing. But as soon as I go back into the room, I look at this becomes a pen. When the dog come back to the room and the dog look at it, this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, we both look at this at the very same time. What does this then become? It becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing when there's no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with, it comes back to true self and record the emptiness. But because it has the emptiness, it also has the potential to become anything or anyone, depending on who or what is looking at that. And that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now, I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is the pen itself, then the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind, and everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. So now we all agree that this pen is coming from my mind, right? So I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to think this one become a diamond, okay? So please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? There are seeds inside our mind that the ancient wisdom call as karma. When we see something, the seed inside our mind pop up, open up, and cover this, and made us see it for what had been planted earlier into our mind. So who planted those seeds into our mind? Only you can plant the seed into your mind, and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways, by our words, by our action, by our thoughts, especially toward other people. So for instance, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say, yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this to my friend, this palm will open up and both me and my friend will see it and slowly will walk in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has been planted into my mind. And I pop up, open up, and cover this and make me see it for what had been planted earlier into my mind, which is a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen, or anything surround us become what and who they are to us. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today we went over 4 different lessons. The first lesson is both correct. So we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. The second lesson is, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So trust your potential, trust the potential of everyone or everything surround you, and trust the potential, whatever happened to you. And the third lesson is, everything is actually coming from the seed inside your mind. So be 100% responsible to whatever happened to you. Don't blame anyone, because in the end, you are the only one who can plant the seed into your mind. And the fourth lesson being that, to apply all the lesson number 2 and lesson number 3 into your life. So you'll be able to achieve anything that you want in your dream life in a very certain way. So first, you have to know what you want in your dream life first by using the second lesson, the emptiness and the potential. Seeing the potential in everything and see what and pick those up. Choose what you really want for your dream life. And then number 3 is that, start planting those seeds in your mind using your word, your action, your thoughts, your other people. So if you want to have a happiness, then you start plant the happiness seed into your mind using your word, your action, your thoughts, helping other people to be happier. If you want to have prosperity, then use your word, your action, your thoughts, helping other people to get more prosperous. And just like that, whatever that you want, making sure your word, your action, your thought, helping other people to get that seed. And that is the best way to plant the seed into your mind, so that one day that seed gonna sprout up and then become a tree or a plant and give you, the result, the fruit that you want, you have once planted. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is actually, today I listened to and learn Pen's story, and then, in the middle of his story, actually toward the end, when he starts summarizing the lesson, then there's electric out, a break. No, the electricity is out. So he just keep going. No, so not going, but then he's paused for a minute, and then he used his probably the light from his phone or something, and then he start telling, keep going to tell the pen story. That really echoing in me, because I think that um everything is actually coming from mind. So your mind, if you want to do it, you'll be able to do it, no matter what the external circumstance is, whether it's going to be the power outage or anything. As long as you want to do, he wants to do it, and he insisted that he's going to do it. So he finished it. So that is the lesson, through his lesson, through his action, it actually try a lesson for me. And that I think is something that I've been thinking. There is something, the Stoic one, that I have been thinking a lot. It is about suffering is not about the actual reality, but it's actually coming from your attachment as well as your expectation. So the less attachment you have to things, the less expectation you have, the more happier you're gonna be. I think that's coming from Stoicism, but it's also coming from Buddhism, I believe, because Buddhism said that being able to let go is the way to happiness. And I think here's let go of your attachment to things, to people, to the outside world, as well as being able to let go of your expectation. I think that is something very important. And day by day, days by days, I be able to learn those important lessons. So I feel very fortunate to be able to grab the deep meaning of being able to let go, to connect Stoicism and Buddhism. And I'm sure that there are many others wisdom coming from different religion, but they will kind of meet up as one point. And I'm just feel very grateful to be able to grab that, to be honest, and share that with you today. So thank you so much for listening to me today. Thank you, Anu, for accompanying me in this 3,000-day journeys. And if I may share with you the pen story or my lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my dearest family, to my friends, to my co-workers, to my clients, or to any living things in this world, any other world, with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye bye.